Happy Wednesday. It is 2 o'clock and I've got several things to show you today. I'm excited. And so while I'm waiting for everybody to find me, pop on a little bit, I just wanted to let you know my shoulder is slowly healing. I'm getting a little better every day. I'm in physical therapy. I'm still a little, not where I want to be exactly, but that's part of healing. Slow, slow, slow. Anyway, today I want to show you Cake Day. Cake Day is the paper pack in this catalog. Hi, Karen. And I have a lot of, I have several layouts that I want to show you that I have made, and I can send the files or put them in our files section of our group if you might want to use them yourself. There's a lot of components to Cake Day, so you can make this what you want. It's totally a party thing. Birthday celebrations, it's bright and colorful. There are on the papers, when Close to My Heart shows the papers like this is like front and back, front and back, front and back. So how that's gonna look before you get your papers. And you can see that there are several that are not entirely birthday related. This one actually says, happy birthday on it, and I would say the presents are definitely birthday, but even the key paper that's kind of busy doesn't actually say birthday on it. So it could be any celebration. It looks wonderful with white or black to kind of ground it, which is kind of nice. What I really like, and I did buy it but I haven't used it yet, is the Cricut collection, because this banner, you could use that a million ways. Look at the candles. You could do a scrapbook page with this cake and candles. It would look so cool. There's all kinds of, these shapes, these SVGs, you can make them big or small. You could shrink down this happy birthday overlay small enough to put on a card. I mean, there's a lot of options there. I feel like I don't have enough time to craft to make all the things. I want to make all the things, but I just think this would be a really good one that's versatile. So today I'm going to show you what we did during our catalog launch. Close to My Heart does a catalog launch for the makers for every catalog, and during that time there's like a kit that we sort of buy that is part of their, they have like a big make and take, and I'm going to show you what we got for that, and I am going to share that with you if you would like it. Hi, Stephanie. This particular stamp set is the one that came with our catalog launch, and so I want to show you a couple of things that we made with that. But first I want to show you the card that I'm sending to you. This is a sneak peek for everyone who hasn't received their Hostess Club things yet. But what I did was I took that set and I made a stepper card. A step card is one that it opens up and it can sit on the counter. It's kind of hard to show, but when it does, you can attach images to different portions of the card, and then it looks kind of dimensional. And it all folds up flat where you could put it into the mail. So this is a card that I'm sending to you. So there's a few people who said they didn't want their card pre-made. So this is your video on how I envisioned it to look when it was done. So I'm going to set that there just for a moment while I show you what I did was I took a normal close to my heart card base, and that, you know, that folds down to the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it like folds in half, right? So you can see that that's a normal card base. But what I did was I took a ruler and a pencil, and I just marked, I took, you know, 1 inch in, 1 inch from each end, here and here, and then 1 1/4 inches from each side. Okay, so I just went in 1 inch, 1 1/4, and made a dot and a dot and a dot and a dot. So 4, you know, all 4 corners. And then I just took my ruler and my cutting mat and my blade, and I made a cut from dot to dot on each side of that card. So you end up with 2 slits in your card base like that. The next step is to score. Now, if I bring in my scoreboard, I hope you can see it okay. But basically, when you have your 4 1/4 score, because that's the center of your card, that's where your card will fold in half, right? So that one is already there. So I'm just going to lay it out, and now we're only scoring between the 2 slits on that middle piece that'll be our stair step. Let me see. I'm looking at comments. Okay, so we're scoring at 1 inch in the stair step, 1 1/2 inch, 3. Then we have our normal card base, and then 6. 1, 1 1/2, 3. Our 4 1/4 normal one is already there, and then 6. So if you were going to make this from scratch, you would just cut your piece 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. If you score it down the middle and make a card base, cut your pieces, and then 1, 1 1/2, 3, and then 6. So there's our scores. Now, you can see, I'm going to stretch this card out, how it kind of goes. Your card is going to fold just like normal, right? But then the stair stepper is going to be a little different. We want to reverse that middle fold so that it goes down instead of up. And then you can kind of see it kind of goes mountain, valley, mountain, valley. So you're just sort of, you are just kind of folding it back and forth like an accordion. So it'll go mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, just like that. Do you see? If you start by reversing that center fold, all the others just alternate up, down, up, down. Okay. So I am going to kind of crease that out so that, especially that center one that has been folded the other direction, you have to reverse it. Ta-da! Now most people are receiving it already made, and you can open it up and you can write in your birthday message, happy birthday, whatever. But the people who are receiving the parts and pieces will get an envelope, something like this, full of stuff, okay? And there's several things. Now it's obvious that this will go, you know, in the center here, but I'm going to hold that off for a moment. We have this piece right here that's going to go across the bottom. We have I've stamped several little presents. One thing about this stamp set, I'm just going to keep showing it to you so you can see what I did. There are thin cuts of the present shapes, and then so I cut it out, stamped it in nectarine, and then put the little bow stamp on top of it. Can you see the bow stamp? It's a little light. And then this one has a little speckle stamp that I went right on top. So there's several different colors of presents. I have a message that I already kind of put together. We heard there was cake, which I really love. And then I cut out a couple of pieces of that main paper. So we're gonna start by putting that on first. I should have got out my other adhesive because this is a little slower, but we're gonna do some liquid glue. I hope you guys are having a great day. Gosh, it's beautiful out here. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. And so everybody has been outside, and I went and got my hair cut, and it was like summer. It was so weird. It's like weird to go out and it's like 50 degrees, almost 50 degrees. It's really pretty. Sunny, gorgeous. Made me think I needed to take my snow stuff down because I have so much of it up still, but it's gonna snow, so. All right, so I put on, you can see where the two side pieces go. Those are just 1-inch strips. So if you wanted to recreate this card, you know, there's 1 inch at the bottom and there's like 1-inch strips on the side. And so, yeah, I just made it pretty, that's all. And then I loved this little hooray, hooray. It's like a little border right here. And I could have used the presents, but I really liked the little border. So I did that in black. And we'll put that right there. So now we have our stair steps left, right? We have everything is sort of, this is kind of like the wallpaper. Now we get to do the fun decoration. The first thing I want to show you is you'll have a couple of little clear pieces. Now these pieces of plastic, they're kind of firm. These are from a bakery thing. I got like some croissants or something from the store, and you know how they come in like that clamshell style packaging? I cut a lot of that packaging that's clear, and I use it for stuff like this because it's super sturdy compared to acetate and things that you can buy. I really like that. So you'll have a piece of this, and I have double-sided tape on it. And what I did, if you take off the double-sided tape, what that'll do is you can put it on this back step, and you want to make it so that if you put this card in an envelope, you don't really want the presents to stick too far over this because it won't fit in your envelope. So in other words, if your presents are sticking, you know, way out here, you're gonna have to use a much bigger envelope. I mean, it's a lot more fun to have stuff popping out all over the place, but just know you'll have to use a bigger envelope, right? So when you put that on, I like to kind of tilt it a little bit and make it so, I'm trying to look and see if there's a way that you can see it really good. But you know, try to make it so that it's kind of tilty, and the double stick tape makes it extra sturdy. And then you can use whatever presents you want, whether you wanted to use, you know, here I used 2 presents and a little hat to decorate that. And basically all I did was put a little glue on the acetate, and you know, there's present number 1. And then you can just build off of there. Present number 2. And I think I'll do one more. Now, again, I caution you about how tall they are. Like I got that one a little bit tall. Like I may have to move it down just a little. It just depends on your envelope that you're using. But I like that that little piece of acetate makes it kind of float and pop up, and it's not visible. You could use just a plain piece of scratch paper, like white cardstock or something if you wanted to instead. But I wanted you to see that you could make that kind of do its own thing. The next thing I did was this cake. Now, if I was putting this, I think I have another card later to show you. You could just put it front and center on a normal card, but you can see it's pretty big. It takes the whole card. I mean, it would fit, it would be your main image if you did a card this direction, and it takes the full amount this direction. So I'm going to put it on the stair step. I'm just going to put some glue, and not, you know, not very much glue because it's going to be sticking up. And I kind of want it to be crooked, wonky, but I don't want it to stick too far out. Like I still want my card to pop open, so you don't want it too far out. Now, the other thing, if you don't want to put it on the step itself, some of the cards that I made, I put it on the front. So I glued it instead to like that inside, and that made it pop a little more when the step was open. That's just another idea. And then of course, you know, just decorate however you want. If you want to put, you know, the present on, I have this little, we heard it was cake, and I'm not putting glue on the whole thing because I just want it to adhere to the side. And then I believe I put a dot in there for you. Like here, I have like a black dot. I think you'll end up with a dot. I don't have one in my envelope for some reason, but there you go. There's the card. Ta-da! And you could put anything you wanted to on there. I mean, just imagine like you could adhere more things to each stair step. If you put this birthday cake to the front, you would have this step to decorate right here. So you could put balloons or something even coming. So when it opened, there'd be even more pop-ups. And then the person can set it on their table, and it's a dimensional card, you know. I just think that's really cool. So there is project for the day, the card, and I really wanted to send a bunch of cake day dots to go with it to tie in the black, I used black here. But the cake day dots are just such cool colors. You know, this was not a set I think that I would have purchased. I have a lot of birthday stamps already, and I keep talking myself out of things, but because it was part of the Close to My Heart's launch event, you know, I got it. Like it or not, I got it. But I have been using it so much, you can tell, like, my stamps are well loved. They have been well used. So I'm getting a lot of mileage out of this stamp. And next week I'm gonna show you, hi Heather. Next week I'm going to show you a fun Stamp of the Month card using this present die. You could do it with any shape die, but it's kind of like, it's kind of nice to have a use for different things. I mean, there's just so many. I mean, just imagine you could use any of this for Christmas, any of the present things. You could make a whole, I should just do that. I should just sit down and make a big Christmas layout using this, because look at, you could do a row of presents. There's, you know, the whole row of presents. You've got all the different present shapes. You could do those in any color. You have the little asterisk stars. I mean, I feel like it's really important to have a few good birthday sets. It's really hard to find a single birthday set that's really great. I like this, but it doesn't have a happy birthday word on it. It has birthday bash, and I heard there was cake, and hooray, hooray. But it doesn't have happy birthday, which you would need for the inside of your card. So for some of mine, I pulled out, this is from 2015. This set is all just happy birthdays in different fonts. I know it's kind of older, but I've used it so much because it's nice to have different happy birthdays, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side just for a minute, and I'm going to show you a couple of the cards that we made. So the Cake Day sticker sheet, when they did the launch event, of course, they basically send us the paper pack, the cardstock, the sticker sheet. And they do not do the workshop because, you know, you can buy the workshop, you can do the workshop yourself. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. But during the launch events, they have their own artwork, which, like I said, I'll be happy to share with you. I think I'll probably put it in the files. But this is the sticker sheet for this Happy Birthday Cake Day set. And one of the techniques that they were really pushing during this was stamping on the sticker sheet using different images. And so I just want to show you a couple of cards that we made. So here's one card, and it is basically cardstock, paper, a card base, just your standard card base. Here's that hooray, hooray stamped across a piece that's glued down. And then, you know, a pen drawing little stitch marks. And then the green is one of the pattern papers. So the rest of it is stickers and stamps. So look at this. Here's the blue balloon right here, and the yellow balloon is here with the dots. And then notice here, this pink has the little asterisk stamped on it, and it's stamped all around the card, but it's on the sticker. So we stamped directly onto that sticker sheet before removing the sticker and using it. So I thought that was clever. I don't know that I've really done that before, so that was kind of interesting. The other thing, there's 3 little circle logos on this sticker sheet, and this one says yay, OMG, and fun. So using a marker, just highlighting that word yay, it really does make it stand out. And so we did that before we even removed it off the sticker sheet. Thought that was clever, very clever use. And I just drew in balloon lines using my pen. So I thought that was really cute. All right, the second sticker related card we made was this one. Again, almost the same sort of design in that it has a center piece of the pattern paper and then stitch lines drawn around the edge, and then a yellow marker going around the whole edge that is just drawn on. I'm trying to move my camera so you can see it. Polka dots in yellow with the marker, and then polka dots on the cardstock, which is a little hard to see. You can kind of see it there where I have polka dot markers, and then the black star asterisk. Now, the cool part about this though is the stickers. So there's a bunch of candles here, and then there's a cake with candles here. And what they did was, you know, you stuck this one down as the background, and then popped this one up with just real thin pop dots so that it has just a tiny bit of dimension. There's those thin, that thin foam tape or thin foam, anything like that is so thin. It gives a little dimension without adding too much bulk. It would be really easy to mail that. That is not even sticking up, but it just enough where it's really noticeable. I thought that was cute. And then we used a lot of the messages at the bottom, but there's the I lost count. I thought that was really cute. Celebrate you, yum, 1 year older, party, cake time, you're old. Really cute. I thought that was, this is like one of my favorite cards. It was so simple. It took us no time flat to make that. It made me wish I had a whole sticker sheet of this cake and candles, because it would be so easy just to put together a whole bunch of them. So I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so let's talk scrapbook pages. I'm going to move things over to make room. So there are several scrapbook pages that we made, 3 2-page layouts during this event. I'm just making sure you can see them. Okay, so I just want to show you that basically this is kind of nice because you can put as many pictures on here as you want. You know, like I have pictures from my daughter's 29th birthday, because she just turned 29 a couple weeks ago. Yikes. And I like having like a key image to focus on. It goes really well with this. See how it says make a wish? I'd probably just put that right over there. And we heard there was cake. That's so cute. And so you can see I could cut these photos down. I could use one of these for journaling. When we put the stickers on the sheet, we put foam tape on the back. I'm going to bend this a little so you can see. And we didn't take the sticker off so that you could tuck photos in there and then remove the backing if you wanted to. So I just think, you know, that's really clever and cute. The other things we did to this page that was kind of fun is, and it wouldn't work as well if you didn't have this stamp set. Let me just pull it in here. So we made a whole bunch of these banners to go across the top, and we used different techniques using the markers. So stamped them like that, colored in the top and did an ombre effect with the markers. Here we used the marker to color it in a pale color and then a darker color to make polka dots. Here we just outlined it. I mean, you know, we just did different marker effects. And then again, there's that little circle with the marker going across it to highlight it. I love that page. And I don't love this green very much. This is not the color I would choose if I did my own page, but I think it looks great with my photos. So more of the banners. Here's some of the presents stamped, and it's the yum from the sticker sheet. The cake is from the sticker sheet. So just a combination of the stamps and stickers. So if you don't have a birthday set and the cake day stickers, you may not want my patterns for these pages. Although I do think you could do these with a lot of different, you could improvise. You could figure it out. You're a scrapbooker. Okay. This one, I like it a lot. There's something about, I mean, this is so eye-catching. Look at that with the circle. We basically took like a dinner plate, drew around it with the little marker and made a stitched line. You can kind of see that black marker between everything. Sponged in the middle, stamped with the little asterisk, whatever, I don't know how to say that, whatever, star all over on the inside, and then used various stickers just going around the circle. So it's like a scattering of things. So you have stickers, you have stamped images. This is one of the stamps. You have the Cake Day dots, stamps. Hip Hip Hooray is one of the titles on the sticker sheet. We made little flags, the zip strip. And so the whole thing just, wow, turned out very cool. And, you know, you could do this with a lot of different stamp sets or sticker sheets. They try to make a lot of what they call scatter elements, you know, like the little hearts and stars and little parts and pieces and bits that you can intersperse in there. And if they don't have very many, you can use your marker and your embellishment dots to make that. So I thought that turned out pretty cute. Page 2 here, I intentionally left off a couple of the photo mats because I have a tendency, I like to take pictures both ways. So sometimes I might put a couple of things, you know, horizontally with one vertical. So I like to do my own thing on the photos, and I may change it up altogether, like something like that, and then a couple of horizontal. So I just think, you know, these pages will work for more than just birthday. But this is obviously, I'm thinking birthday. I've got birthday on the brain. Okay, the last one is my favorite. I think you're gonna like it. So on this one, we took black cardstock and a white gel pen and just drew around the edge of the paper, and that gives it it really makes it pop. It's shocking how much that stands out. And then look at this. This is just strips of the pattern papers. Like, it looks like this blue piece of cardstock goes all the way up and down, and you could certainly do that, but really you just need a strip here and a strip here. And again, stamped the little asterisk stars there. Stickers. Use the gel pen to make little tiny white dots along with the stickers. This is one of the stickers from the sticker sheet. The candles. I love that sticker. And it says, we heard there was cake, and we highlighted it with markers. And just, I mean, look how amazing. I mean, I'm totally using this page for my daughter's birthday pictures. Totally using it. I love the birthday bash. Some bash. It was me and Steve and Jen because my dad couldn't come over that day, but it was so nice to do something for her birthday, and it was right in the middle of that crazy storm. My daughter doesn't like cake. She likes cheesecake, so we had cheesecake. And then when we created these, they had room for smaller photos. Now, all of my photos are obviously quite a bit bigger, and so I could cut these down, or I could just put them right like that, and then I could cut this one down like that. And you know, I have plans to trim these down just a little. I could even print this one a little smaller and put it here, because it's just, there's just so many fun things I can do with this layout. I just love how it looks. Okay, Heather, I'm gonna look at your comment. It might mess up my phone. Okay, the chalk pen and the gel pen. Close to My Heart doesn't really carry chalk pens, but the gel pens. Okay, so the gel pens are just jelly rolls. Remember the jelly rolls? I mean, these were popular when I was in like middle school. And so I have some that are really old, and they dry up if you don't use them. You know, they just don't last a long time if you don't use them. And I store mine vertically, but and some of them I store horizontally, and it doesn't seem to matter, but what does seem to matter is that you use them a little bit more regularly. And so there's 3 different sizes in the pack that Close to My Heart has: a 5, an 8, and a 10. And a 5, let me just move this out of the way a moment. Real quick, before I show you that, I just want to show you that we rolled the paper right there, so you can kind of see that, and it makes a little dimension on your page, but I just sort of squished it down just a little bit. So yeah, I'm totally doing these pictures today. I love having paper or photos and everything done. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me find, just a sec, piece of cardstock. I got it all over the place, all over my house. All right. There's a piece. So, I feel like the chalk pens, the ones that I've used, are not very smooth. The jelly rolls are really smooth. If you push too hard, it's hard to get a good image. If you use a little bit of a lighter touch, the ink just sort of rolls out. And so here's the 8, and you can see that it makes a thicker line, and so there's the difference between like the 5 and the 8. And what's really nice is if I'm gonna write, they don't skip. I don't have problems with these skipping, which is nice. If they're starting to dry out, sometimes you'll get a skip in the line and you'll have to go back over it again. So the 10 is my favorite. I know I'm gonna run out of it first because I love how bold it looks. But what I love is that I can use if I use a dark color card base and I want to write a message on the inside, I don't have to put a white piece of cardstock or something on the inside to write on. I can write it with this white pen and it shows up wonderful. I just think these white pens are amazing. Now the other brand that I have, that's, hold on, it's not Close to My Heart. It's a Uniball Signo, and you can get these around too, and they're wonderful. I would say this one's starting to get to the end, so I'm starting to get skips because I've used it so much. Yeah, see, it's empty. I need to get rid of it. But The Uniball Signal is really nice because these will dry up, or the ends will get, like, you really have to work with them a little bit if you don't use them for a long time. These don't seem to do that. Let me see here. I've had these for a long, you know, I have this kind of pen for a long time, and it writes just as bold and beautiful as the other gel pen. So you can see there's the two, and I have a little more trouble with this skipping. If you go slow and you don't push hard, it won't skip. But if you go too fast, sometimes you'll get like a skippy line like that. And if you push too hard, sometimes that'll make it skip. But that's true of both of the kinds of pens. Anyway, so this is my antenna topper that I keep on my white pen. I like my Mickey Mouse antenna topper so that I can tell exactly where my white pen is. Yeah, I just really like them. I like them all. So you can't really go wrong with either kind. I've seen these in like every office / paper store. You know, all the specialty stores carry Jelly Roll pens. The difference, I don't know why. I'm not kidding, I have all of the souffle, the Jelly Roll souffle. I have all of the Jelly Roll. Hold on a minute. Let me grab. Oh, I have all of them, you guys. So here's my Jelly Roll marker tray. So I have all of the souffle pens, the souffles. I have the metallics. I have the glittery ones. I have all of them. I have them all because there was an office store like nearby that sold these in packs, and so I was always buying the Jelly Roll pens. I find that they're not reliable. They're not my favorite, especially like here's the souffle, and these are supposed to, when you put them on and when they dry light. Try to get it dry. And see, they're just, I don't know. They're very hit and miss. I find the metallics are better than the souffle. See, as that's drying, you can see it's lightening up. The metallics are fun, and the glitter ones are really fun. I really love the glitter ones. These are not close to my heart, obviously. Oh, I have every pen you can imagine. So if you ever want, like, you know, a review, these are the Papermate Ink Joy gel pens. Absolute favorite, worth every cent. I got these though on clearance at like Myers. They were so cheap, but look at all the different colors. And so when you, what I like to do is, like, if I'm doing a really bright card, I will pick a color, you know, that coordinates and write on the inside with that. Sometimes I'll doodle a little bit, and sometimes I'll write the envelope using one of the coordinating colors. On the other side of my tray, I have, these are Spicas, and they're very old, and they're hard to find. They're getting to be really hard to find. I don't know if they're not making them anymore or what the deal is with the Spica pens, but they were my favorites for years because they're so smooth that you could color with them, and they're really amazing at like Christmas time when you can, you know, color make a stocking, but you could color in. And so some of those super tiny images, you know, where they just need a little bit of glitter, it's kind of fun to use these. And so, but these are starting to, some of mine are starting to dry up. See my black, it's gone. It's gone, might as well throw it away. I go through these about once a year, and I end up having to throw a bunch away. But if I ever see these in a store, even the store owners will tell you these Spica pens, they're kind of like a buy at your own risk kind of situation, because as they're getting older, they just don't work as well. This is just one tray of pens that I have. So yeah, I have a lot. The other gel pens I have, okay, so I have these gel pens. So these I got off of Amazon. I bought them for my nieces. They had a pack of like 300 or something crazy. And I thought, well, I'm going to take a chance, and then I'll split them up between all the girls, because all the girls are at that age where they love gel pens. And so I bought these, and then I loved them so much that I bought another set for myself, because I found myself not wanting to give them away to the girls. So these are super smooth. These color in great. These are made for like those adult coloring books. This is the brand of those. AEN Art. I went through and I found, you know, there's like a dozen greens, and so I found the one that matched our cardstock, and those are the only ones I keep in here. And the rest I gave away, because I just wanted the ones that matched our cardstock so that I could, my labels are not sticking to them very well though. This one's Peacock. So anyway, you can see gel pens are fun. They're fun to have, and they're glittery, which I like. Glittery and shiny and colorful. So I have those. I have the Close to My Heart Melissa Esplin markers. These are amazing, but they're like brush pens, so they're for like calligraphy, and I really love this, but it does take a little bit of practice to, you know, make letters. And I obviously can't talk while I do it. There's definitely a method to learning how to do this, and I have the whole brush pens, you know, kit, and I have messed around with this. This is calligraphy is one of those practice makes perfect kind of things. What else do I have? I have all of these different whites. I have all of these different white things, and I can tell you that these work better than anything else I have. These are the best. See, this is here's a white Jelly Roll Souffle pen, and you can see that souffle pen I used over there turned white. So it shows up, but it dulls out like a chalk. It dulls out. It's very flat. So that's the souffle. What else you want to see? I like that you have the laughy faces, Stephanie, because you just have no idea. I have 2 more trays of markers, of different markers. So the souffle one showed up pretty well, but I wouldn't say as well as these. as a side by side. That's a size 8. And a size 10. Ta-da! Oh my gosh. I feel like I've wasted our whole time talking about markers. I don't know if that's a waste really, because honestly, they're expensive, and some of mine I've had for so many years. It's shocking that they still work. So, but just the fact that I have some that are probably, 10 or 15 years old, like those souffle pens, I probably have, gosh, I probably bought those at least 15 or 16 years ago, and most of them still work. That's the souffle, that's a 8, and that's a 10 jelly roll. So I'm looking at comments here. Yes, I'm a hoarder, but I actually do use the markers and the pens. I use those every day. As a matter of fact, that's why I can get to them so fast. They're right next to me in my kitchen, in my cupboard. So I can show you, I'll show you that. I'm gonna move the camera. All right, you guys, here's my cupboard. All right, there's the cupboard. This is the cupboard that I designed and my dad made for me. And I know, it's a little out of style. That's because he made it a really long time ago. And then I have tray after tray after tray after tray of markers, and I keep them right next to me in my kitchen. And then I added register covers to the inside doors. Do you guys even care about this? Oh my gosh. There's my tri-blends. There's all the blues and I kind of do a rainbow thing with those markers. There's all my distress inks. I know, it's embarrassing, but I'm sharing. I'm a hoarder. There's all my blocks. I have chalks in this top bin. I have tons of chalks and things like that. Some of these I inherited from my mother because my mother was a ceramic person, and so she used to do like the ceramic chalks, and they used like these art pastel kind of chalks on those. And then this is pom-poms that I use with this. I know, you're thinking, Connie, that's a roach clip. No, it is actually an ink tool, but you use it with pom-poms, and you pick up a pom-pom and put it in your ink and color, and then you can throw the pom-pom away. So that's that. Yeah, I honestly do use all of these. There's blocks. These are my most of them, like my pegs from Judykins. I really love these little peg things. Yeah, see, those were popular. I bet yes, you have one of these, right? Love it. This is my tool box, which my husband gets into a lot, and I get mad at him. I have ribbons, my watercolor, watercolor pencils, all of my, not all, but a lot of my embossing powders and things. I have a whole another room full of extra of these that I don't use very much. All those scissors, I really do use them. I keep them. I can't stand it when I see them for sale, and I'm like, I need to buy more. Wire and extra blades. And then I have magnets and extra little album posts and metal things. What else do I have? All of my stickles. I have all of the stickles. I have all of the stickles. You guys need to come play with me because it's crazy to have all of these and not use them all. We could have a stickles day. I have paper punches. These paper punches are the ones I use most often. I have a whole bunch more, but I have these. These are hard to move right now with my shoulder, but these are the ones I use most. Pretty good, right? A few miscellaneous inks, cleaners, staples, a bunch of liquid adhesives, a bunch of foam adhesives, and just a mix of adhesives and stuff here. Woo! And then on top, I have this Pampered Chef tool. Remember those? Pampered Chef turnabouts? I have 2 of them. This one is full of my favorite tools that I use every day. I literally use the stuff in here every day. So, all right. What do you think? Haha. I'm gonna turn it around. I got my hair cut today and it looks terrible because, well, I can't raise my arm very well to do my hair, so it's flat as a pancake. I don't go out in public right now until except for physical therapy. I need to work on that. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a fun day. It's been a fun afternoon, and I have a lot of stuff next week to show you that is, I think I'm going to show you some of the layouts from the other paper pack, and I want to just remind you that those card making kits, if you like them, please buy them sooner than later because they will sell out. They're so popular. People are talking about them left and right, and I think, you know, they're gonna sell out. So that's kind of a thing. Yeah, my hair does not. I just got my hair cut this morning and I haven't washed it or styled it or anything. And I told her not to do anything with it because it's just going to look flat for a while. I think I can raise my arm up about to here, which is pretty good for a 2-week mark. I don't know. They said 3 to 6 months before I would have my full range of motion back. We'll see. So, all right. Have a good afternoon. Bye, everybody.